Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. In the last part, we did a load of social link stuff, and we didn't really do anything to do with the main plot. And in this part, we're pretty much continuing that vein. We're doing a lot more, we're going to be doing more side quests and social link stuff. But at the same but we are actually going to be starting to head into the dungeon for the main go through the dungeon at the end of this part. So we are definitely, so the next few parts are going to be all about taking down Kamoshida. Sorry. So yeah, this here is telling you about the bookstore over on Central Street, where you can pretty much buy books, and that will up your attributes. That's primarily what they're used for raising attributes, but you also find books which can give you unlock new areas for you to visit in the world as well, which is pretty useful. I didn't really use it all that too much, but here we go. It's B.
I was wrong about you.
Oh, I got it wrong. This is the first one I actually got wrong. Actually connects to C. This is the only one that I've got wrong so far in my recording sessions, because I'm a bit of a moron. But anyway, that's that done. That will be the only. Hopefully, that'll be the only one I get wrong. I shouldn't really remember that. I've played this game a couple of times by now. Yeah, here we're not going into the palace today. I've got other stuff which I need to do. Ryuji, we can't do that.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so here we go. Confidence can send you invitations to do social link stuff. So if you're not sure whether there's a social link which is ready to up, then usually when they send you a text, that's normally letting you know, yeah, this social link is ready to go. So here we go. I can't remember whether this is the first or the second. I think we've already done a social link with Ryuji. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so this is the second one, I think. Sorry about that.
Damn it.
Yeah, so here we go. This is Ryuji getting back into running again. So yeah, this is pretty much the start of his kind of the main arc of his social link, I guess.
Come on, man.
His main like characterization, you know, the main reason why he's doing all this, basically. Alright, time to run. Shouldn't be so tired, dude. Well, that's what happens when you don't do a lot of exercise, you fat bastard. So yeah, this is more kind of... they do kind of hit you over the head with it in Ryuji's early social link stuff. They do kind of hit you over the head with the fact that, you know, Kamoshida kind of fucked him over pretty royally. That, you know, he not only, you know, did he get rid of the track team, which is one of the only things that he really cared about, and then injured him at the same time, which is pretty shitty. Well, very shitty, let's put it that way. So, and it's kind of more backstory to Ryuji as to how he feels like, you know, a let down Sorry, that he let the track team down, and he also let... feels as if he let his mum down as well. Happy-go-lucky. See? He's happy-go-lucky. Oh, God. Feel like my bond with Ryuji is growing deeper. I can't speak. Yeah,
Alright.
rank number 2. There is a reason actually why you want to put this stuff off until you get Ryuji up to level 2, because you learn Baton Pass. Because I think by this point now every single character knows Baton Pass. So Ryuji knows it, Arn knows it, and so does Morgana. And that pretty much makes sorry, it makes battling in the dungeon a hell of a lot easier, because you can, if you do like a weakness attack, you knock an enemy down, you can then use Baton Pass and get extra damage in on them. It's really, really, really useful. So it's best to have everybody know Baton Pass before you go and finish off the dungeon. So that's a good reason to do it as well. Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is you can now train in your room with this stuff, so you can stand on the chair and do like pull-ups. It's not really all that useful. And here we're using the nutrients. You give nutrients to the plant every once in a while, and you will up your kindness. So yeah, it's a good way of improving your kindness. And also here you can decide to pass the time by reading here.
Yeah.
So you can sit
Make sure your clothes up.
at the main counter here, and you can read. You can read. If you use one of the boos as well in here, you can do extra studying to increase your knowledge as well. So, but if you just want to read through the books, then you have to go to the main counter here, which is pretty useful to do, particularly early on, and especially on your first playthrough, to get all your attributes up as quickly as you possibly can. Just past time though, so just think about what you want to do in the evening, because there are other social links you can do in the evening as well, a bit later in the game. And of course, because we did that here, we can finish off the Pirate Legend book, and we can return it to the library and get the next book, which is pretty useful. It's only set days though when you can sit down and actually read on the way to school, so try and work it. If you really want to up your maximize the amount of, like I say here, 3 point up to guts, which is nice. So yeah, it's best to use a guide if you really want to up your attributes as fast as you possibly can, and to get some sort of social links done. And here we go. This is just another, once again, this is another way saying go to Shibuya Underground and you'll find various job magazines, and you can apply for work, and good way of earning extra money. But it's also good for upping your what's the word I'm looking for here? It's also a good way of upping your attributes as well, which are pretty useful. You have any savings? Nope. Yeah, so once again here, it's just the game pretty much pushing you to get part-time jobs, because you're going to need money to buy weapons, to buy armor, to buy supplies like HP restoring items and SP restoring accessories. So it's just pushing you in that direction. But of course I've already done the job stuff, and there's Makoto again. So here we go, and now we're going to be getting another book. And this time I think we're getting, yeah, Zorro the Outlaw, which is Morgana's persona. So let's get going. And that ups, I think, one of the attributes. I don't think it does anything to help with Arn's social link or anything. So yeah, now we're going to be heading... I think this is it now. We're finally going to be heading into the dungeon. We've got 12 days until expulsion. 12 days to finish the dungeon. There goes Morgana with that I think again. And this is just telling you as well that once you've beaten Kamoshida, got the treasure, that is it. That's game over. The palace will go away, and you can't backtrack to get any to open any treasure chests you may have missed, and to get any items or sorry, what am I talking about? You can't get any items that may have been in the dungeon. So if you want to get everything in the dungeon, make sure you don't go there first.
Okay, let's go.
You know, if you want to get everything in the dungeon, then that means you have to do it on your first pass. You can't go back at any point. What's up with him?
What's up?
We're now properly in the dungeon.
I was just thinking we should choose a code name for you too.
A code name?
Ryuji's so fucking subtle.
Skull, he's Joker, and that's Mona.
Judging by your costume.
I mean, she's got that tail and stuff, so... What do you think?
Yeah, not good options here.
Wait! Is that what you're going to call me from now on? I am so not down with this.
What do you want to be called then?
I actually really love Morgana's
Better than just a little cat.
little interaction here. This is pretty fucking funny.
Maybe... Panther? That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Huh? Why?
Because it sounds more...
Ryuji's completely and utterly
She's a cougar.
that line.
Don't call me that.
I think that is a...
Kamoshida.
I think that was specifically written in for this, for the Western release, because I don't think they have that reference in Japan.
Let's start fresh.
I don't think so, anyway.
It's game time from this point forward.
So now we're going to be finally heading into the dungeon, and so this is going to be the I'm going to do this in one pass through. So we're going to go through the dungeon in one go. But first,
My master would like a word with you.
this is the moment where you can get locked in a little bit here. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Because at this point you are forced to do a fusion to show you how the persona fusion stuff works. And if you don't get any personas in your first run through, that means you have to get rid of your main persona, which you might not want to do. So yeah, it pretty much sucks. So, you know, make sure you have at least 3 or 4 different personas, at least 4 different personas before you get to this point.
Friends who share your aesthetics and discover your place in reality, only then will I explain it all.
He never does. I'm pretty sure he does. I can't remember. It's been a while since I finished this game. The first time. Yeah, here we go. The aid we're providing.
Potential in wielding the power of the wild card. You can handle more than one persona.
Yes.
That power holds infinite possibilities. We will assist you in nurturing that potential. To that end, we must execute your persona.
Yeah, which is it. Weird. It's a bit of a darker way to do it. Because in the original one, in episode 4, basically it was you took the 2 cards and you kind of fused them together, because that's how personas were kind of given to you as little like arcana cards. So you fused them together and then it created a new persona. Whereas here it's kind of you execute them and that fuses them together, which is just bizarre. As I said here, you click on one and then it tells you which ones you can fuse together. You can't fuse higher than your level. So therefore, I can only I can only create personas up to a maximum of level 5. So therefore, because I've got Mandrake and because I've got Pixie, I can fuse them with Jack-o'-lantern and create a persona which is of the correct level. If I only had Bicorn, I wouldn't have been able to fuse it with Jack-o'-lantern because it was a higher level. So you have to be careful here.
Select the skills you'd like
And
to
then you
inherit.
choose the skills you wish to inherit. You can only pick one. What do I pick? I think I pick Agi, I think? No, that's it. I pick Rakunda because Arn has Agi and Ryuji has Zio. So I'm Rakunda we don't really have, so... Yeah, this is kind of dark when I think about this animation. They're just squirming. They get guillotined. I don't even know that if that is a correct term. And that creates Incubus, level 5, who is I think now my most powerful persona. Something that should be said as well, that it doesn't always work. And if you, and there actually is a trophy for creating a persona and having it go wrong to create a weaker persona. So,
Its worth will be made clearer when you
so
return to the
yeah,
field of
there you
battle.
go. But that's how persona fusion works. It's best to use it as you go through the game to get personas up to your level. I think... Do I show this off? I do. I think I show this off now. Hang on.
So that your rehabilitation goes well, we have a variety of rituals to choose in regard to executions.
And depending on
Yeah,
the effort you put in,
basically you start off with the standard fusion, which is just 2, but then by the end of the game you can fuse... I think by the end of the game you can fuse up to 10 together to create a new, more powerful persona. Sorry. So yeah, that's how Persona Fusion basically works that way. I've never done really more than 3 or 4 fusions though. Third eye. This is so really useful. Click L1 and you will get a distortion when you're going through the world, and items that you can break will be lit up and will glow, and that shows you that you can get treasure out of those items. It's pretty fucking useful.
May you continue devoting yourself to further rehabilitation.
Okay.
Now then, if you have any requests, we will heed them.
Yeah, I think... Do I do this now? I'm trying to remember. I think I show off some other stuff. Yeah, here we go. So a number of personas in your most spiritual tree has risen. Discount on summoning from the inmate registry. Yeah, so here we go.
How fares your progress in our game?
So you can create new personas, or you
Like
can
to read the
register.
compendium?
Register
to
personas,
register it?
and you can register them
Are you sure?
to the Persona Compendium, and that means if you do New Game Plus,
Are you sure?
you'll be able to summon them at this level. And if you
These are
can
the
view them,
paths you have walked.
so here these are. So these two here are DLC, Inzanagi Picaro and Inzanagi. They are.
Is this what you want?
Inzanagi was basically the main character's persona from Persona 4, and you can basically
This is your power.
you can get this guy once, and after that for free, and then after that you have to pay for him. But he's a pretty powerful persona, and as you can see here, I've got other personas which I could call upon if I wanted to. Some at really high levels because I'm in New Game Plus. But that's pretty much how it works. You register personas to the compendium, and you can rebuy them later on. And what you can also do is you can get the DLC personas as well, which is pretty useful. But anyway, that's it for this part of Persona 5. Join me next time when we're beginning to head through, finally, Kamoshida's palace, and we'll be making our way towards that treasure. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. There'll be action next week, I swear. Next part, I swear. See you next time.